think, I really want to do this, but the market is already taken, so I cannot do it. Alright, what if you would think, okay, the market is taken, what can I do differently? Use your introverted intuition to look and dig into what are the things that you can actually do, and do not stop yourself because your introverted intuition actually says that you should not go and pursue your passion because the market is already taken. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Mindy, and today I am so happy because I have a new camera in front of me. I've been looking forward so much to stop filming with my phone. I have upgraded my video quality, so I'm happy about it, and that also means that I am spending a lot of time at learning more about, the camera, editing and all of that, so I hope you appreciate it. And today, let's get into the subject directly. It's going to be INTJs, how not to be so pessimistic. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how to be more optimistic, actually. First of all, a little disclaimer that this problem is not only a problem of the INTJs. Being negative or pessimistic is a problem of many of just humanity, But I'm approaching this subject from a point of view perspective of what an INTJ can do about it, and also because I have noticed that they tend to fall into this negative spiral, expecting the worst, predicting the worst case scenario. But also, I'm approaching this subject because you have commented in my videos. I have read this comment on and on of how can the INTJ be less negative. But first, I want to tell you why this happens. So this happens because the INTJ has this predisposition, like natural predisposition, to look into a pattern, which is introverted intuition, and approach the pattern in a very logical manner, extroverted thinking. So if they look into a pattern or situation, and their intuition, their pattern recognition system says, okay, this is going to turn this way or that way, it makes sense, right? That if my intuition says that, I am going to logically approach it in a way that makes sense to that intuition, and I'm just going to, cut off myself from that situation, from that person, and so on. I don't want to say that INTJs need to trust, blindly everybody. I'm not saying that at all. And I believe that the intuition of the INTJ is super sharp. Therefore, you should trust your intuition, but to what extent you trust your intuition more than you give yourself the space to try on new things, to be open to the surprises of life, to what extent you're trusting your intuition too much, and sometimes your intuition is not right. I'm not saying always, but there are moments when you could be sabotaging yourself by trusting your intuition instead of being more open to the possibilities of the future. Okay, by now, if you haven't seen my channel before, you might guess, well, I'm an ENFP, so I can talk about positivism very much. That doesn't mean that ENFPs don't fall into negativism. But okay, let's get back into the subject. What you can do to change this? My first advice for you is stop believing that being positive or expecting the best is being naive. Why? Because you want to be more positive. That's why you're watching this video. But if you want to be more positive and at the same time you're thinking that that's being naive, it's not going to work. Your words are important. What you tell yourself, the story you tell is really, really important. So how can you become something that you don't believe in? That you say like, oh, it's just too naive. Change your wordings. Change the way you are thinking or approaching this quality of being more positive, and just accept that it is a quality that many people has that you want to also cultivate in yourself. And that way you're going to be more open to actually exercise it. Number 2, stop dwelling on the negative because it will only grow more. And I have seen this repeated times in my INTJ friends and actually my dad as well. It doesn't matter if it's about predicting an outcome of a situation or something that happened with a person. They think, okay, it will always be this way, but they keep talking not only thinking and dwelling on the same negative thought event. And I understand it. The introverted intuition makes it that way. You INTJs, because of your introverted intuition, when you find a pattern, let's say in this case something negative, you tend to dwell more into that and go deeper and deeper and stay there. If you want to change something, you need to start noticing when you think about the kind of things you don't want to be doing anymore or thinking anymore. Stop it, cut it. Sorry for the interruption, but if you are enjoying this video, hit the like button right now. You're gonna help me to grow my channel, and please subscribe and check the links down below in the description. I have one-on-one sessions. You can donate for my channel. There are more interesting things, so go and check it out. And now, let's continue. My number 3 point is that you attract what you are. And right now, the fact that you are negative means that you have been thinking and behaving in certain ways that have also attracted more of that. I'm not talking about here quantum physics. I'm not talking about the law of attraction and nothing of that. I'm talking about purely here and now material world. When you believe something, when you think of certain, concept, situation, you believe that, you behave in a way that corresponds to that belief. When you behave in a certain way, you attract more of the same. So if I think that Mary will be always an idiot and will always say stupid things in front of me, yes, Mary is an idiot probably, but if you believe that, you are not aware of how you present yourself in front of this person, and you're also giving them more of a space to be that idiot than if you think differently of them. When you think different of a person, let's say if your problem is that Mary is an idiot, just to give an example, I don't know who's Mary, by the way. Maybe now someone will put in the comments, Mary is my wife. Okay, so if the problem is that Mary is an idiot and you change your belief and you just say like, okay, I don't know if she's gonna be an idiot or whatever, it has nothing to do with me anyways. So you see, you detach a little bit. You don't need to go deeper and deeper and deeper as you do normally. Next time you see Mary, you are not thinking constantly that she's gonna be an idiot, and therefore the way you will behave, your body language, it says a lot. When you change your perception of Mary and you detach from it, probably you're gonna be less engaged also emotionally. Your facial cues, your body language going to be different. And we think that it's only important our words, but no, that's not true. How you behave, how you move, all of that is also communication that you are giving out, you're exchanging with other people. So if you keep believing certain things, therefore behaving in certain ways, you will keep attracting more of that. So change the way you think. Change the way you behave. You start by changing your thoughts. When you think, oh, this thing is going to be bad, this person is going to behave that way, blah, blah, blah. First thing first, cut it. Cut it and don't make it personal. Detach from that person. Look at the situation from afar and just let it go, and be aware that really how you feel, how you behave, how you feel is how you behave, what you think is how you behave, will have a big impact on those results. So therefore, you don't need to be negative, because in the end you realize how you put yourself, how you behave will have an impact. And of course that still, even if you do this, Mary can still be an idiot. She can still be the same, but it won't affect you that way, and therefore you won't be spending your energy during that interaction feeling all worked up about Mary and what Mary does or doesn't do. Number 4, apply the 50% rule. This is what the 50% rule is, and that is a Mindy concept. Let's take back Mary. Sorry, Mary. Okay, Mary, she behaved that way. Okay, next time I see Mary, she will be this way. It is not true that 100% of the probabilities is that Mary will be an idiot. That's not true, because this is the future, and the future encapsulates all of the possible possibilities. That's what I wanted to say. There is a 50% chance that Mary will be an idiot and a 50% chance that Mary will not be an idiot, and actually she will be a nice person. You see, you are focusing your energy only in 150% of what the future holds. The future is pure possibility. And if you INTJ have studied quantum physics, you know, or physics, that the future is pure possibilities. And yes, you can predict a lot of things, but you can't predict 100% of the things. So put in yourself this mindset. Yes, you should trust your intuition, but when it's about people and one-on-one relationships, that's a moment when you have to be even more careful. Of course, what I'm telling you today, it applies to every like situation where you are feeling negative. But okay, instead of only focusing on the 50% negative, you give yourself a chance to also focus on the other 50%. So instead of thinking that the whole time you see Mary, she will be this idiot, think that, okay, you know, but there is another 50%, and look into the data as well. You saw Mary interacting with your cousin, and Mary was not an idiot. So there is a potential in Mary for her to also be a very good and nice person. I'm not going to tell you, okay, Mary will next time be positive, but what's going to change is the way you feel about Mary and about the next thing that comes up in your life, where you're gonna think like, okay, this is gonna turn so badly. You don't know. You really don't know, unless there is like specific signs in front of you. Otherwise, you really don't know, and you could prefer to lean more towards the positive when you're going to also feel more hopeful instead of being all bitter and negative. And my last advice for you is to use introverted intuition to your advantage. Let's say we're not talking about people here. Let's say we're talking about starting up a new project and you think, I really want to do this, but the market is already taken, so I cannot do it. All right, what if you would think, okay, the market is taken, what can I do differently? Use your introverted intuition to look and dig into what are the things that you can actually do, and do not stop yourself, because your introverted intuition actually says that you should not go and pursue your passion because the market is already taken, so I'm so negative and I'm so sad. No, stop being sad. Start using your strengths, your capacity to look into patterns and dig super deep and find what are the positive things that can happen. What is actually the thing that you're not looking into? Go deeper into the positive side and help yourself. That was good. Now I want to hear you, and I want you to help the community and share with us what are your hacks to bring yourself out of the negativity that you can share here and that can help others. Also, I offer one-on-one sessions for INTJs, ENFPs, and any personality types who needs help, so check also all of the links down below. Like and subscribe and... But okay, let's jump in the subject of today. And actually, I almost forgot what is the subject, so... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I need to tell you that, please, I need your help, and the future encapsulates all of the possible scenarios, all of the possible possibilities. That's what I wanted to say. So in all of these possible possibilities, and my last advice for you is, and you know what? Oh, Mary. I hope you understood what I said. How not to be so negative. INTJs. That is the subject of today.